Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. How are we doing? I have for you a fun, another installment in a monthly video that you see all the time, but we are going to talk about and open up my, nope, it's not even close to October. We're gonna open up my December unboxing. So we've got owlcrate, fairyloot, and illumicrate, all for the month of December, which came so fast, and I'm so very excited to open these all with you guys. I think Eliza has messaged me twice now at this point, asking me if I've opened my fairyloot, so it has to happen. I need to know what's inside the fairyloot, but I can't do it yet. We gotta stick in order. So we're gonna start with the owlcrate adult, because that's what we always do. We're creatures of habit. Alright, so here we have the Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. On the back it says, "I am Tao, the Teller of Small Fortunes." I actually received this from Fairyloot last month for November. So here's a quick little comparison. They're very different vibes for sure. I think this might fit the vibe. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty in between the vibes for each of these, but I hadn't put this back yet, so I was able to show you guys. But I did discuss about this book last time. I don't think it's necessarily the book for me per se, but I'm not upset about having an edition. So pretty is this. I obviously want to like it. No surprise, I think everybody kind of wants to like books that they receive. I am nervous about it though, because it's considered cozy, which is hit or miss for me. I tend to like my stories a little bit more adventurous, but I will say this is kind of giving adventurous. So maybe it'll work out for me, maybe it'll be good. I'm waiting for people to have read this so that they can tell me if it's good or not, if it's like Legends and Lattes good and people are obsessed with or not, just so that we're, I'm prepared what I'm going into. But let me read you what this is about. A wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy, perfect for readers of Travis Baldree and Sangu Mandana. Tao is an immigrant fortune teller, traveling between villages with just her trusty mule for company. She only tells small fortunes. Whether it will hail next week, which boy the barmaid will kiss, when the cows will calve, she knows from bitter experience that big fortunes come with big consequences. Even if it's a lonely life, it's better than the one she left behind. But a small fortune unexpectedly becomes something more when a semi-reformed thief and an ex-mercenary recruit her into their desperate search for a lost child. Soon, they're joined by a baker with a need for adventure, and of course, a slightly magical cat. Tao sets down a new path with companions as big-hearted as her fortunes are small. But as she lowers her walls and the shadows of her past close in, and she'll have to decide whether to risk everything to preserve the family she never thought she'd have. So, that is the Teller of Small Fortunes. I think that the original cover for this book is already on its own very beautiful. It's got very, Studio Ghibli vibes, which I do appreciate. I am nervous. Again, it's cozy. Who knows if I will like it or not, but I think this is a very cute little edition. It's so small. It feels very cozy, and I do appreciate it. So, let's move on to the owlcrate Young Adult. Oh my goodness, I've made messes. Alright, the first thing that I'm seeing here, I think is a desk mat. This one is probably the most simple desk mats I think we've gotten. Very cozy, very woodlands. Maybe, see, owlcrate hasn't been sending out spoiler cards, so I don't know what things are for, or what they're inspired by, or whom they're made by. I think this maybe is cool prints? I don't know. You tell me what you think. Do these smell good? No. Do I have a use for this many? No. I think I have one in my office. I have one, work office. And then I have one in my, keepsake book subscription box. And now I have another one. But I do like it a lot. Cute and cozy. Okay, moving on. So here we have a pin banner. And this is for the owlcrate pins that they give us. So we get one every month. The perfect pairings for this collection, which will finally be coming to an end. But this is a cute little tapestry where you can put each month's. And I love it. Last year we had books that would open and you could have a tapestry do the same thing. So I really appreciate that they give me a tapestry. Right now they're kind of just scattered across different banners, so I'm happy to add them all into one little place. This collection hasn't been my favorite out of the years of owlcrate I've had. I haven't loved these ones, but they're still nice. They're pretty. They're hard to see all of the detail, but the gimmick of them opening, I think, isn't really worth it. Alright, and here, is this the Raven Boys? It is the Raven Boys. I'm so smart. Being able to open them just doesn't really, do anything for me, but it is cool. I think that they're very pretty. I'm going to be reading the Raven Boys very soon. This was designed by @Cedar Art. The next thing I'm seeing is Oswald's Ornament. celebrate a year of owlcrate books with Oswald's ornament, featuring all 12 of our 2024 young adult books. This ornament has been designed with love by Gretchen Kobog at Lichen and Limestones. Oh my gosh, how cute! So it's just a little owl. I don't want to read it too deeply just in case it spoils the book that we get. This is really cute. I've read 3. Not great, but a few of them are on my more immediate TBRs. I loved 2 of them. 2 of them are some of my favorite books of the entire year, and the other one is one of my worst books from the year. So, you know, lots of range owlcrate does for me. But this is very cute, and I like it a lot. Okay, next thing I'm seeing is a planner. Oh no, it's a desk calendar. It's a cute little desk calendar for 2025, and it looks like each month has a similar but woodsy background, and then a quote from a book at the top. Very simple, very easy, very plain. I love, not plain in a good way, simple. I actually really like this. Last year I got kind of something similar to this, and it was an illumicrate one, and it was really big and it had a bunch of characters. And then last year we got a smaller one, which I loved. I like smaller calendars. They're just a little bit easier to work with. And then the last thing is the book. Oh, no way. Okay, this is very exciting for me. So the book is What the Woods Took by Courtney Good. Now, this is the author of The Dead in the Dark, which is a young adult paranormal sapphic romance, small town, set in Oregon. I think the author is either from Oregon or lives in Oregon. Me too. But I really enjoyed that. It was 4-star. I've read it twice. It was really good and enjoyable, and I do recommend it. And then I read their next book, which was like the Echo something rather. And I didn't love it. I wasn't super obsessed with it. It was more of like a road trip book. It was kind of a forgettable story. And this is their most recent. And I was denied on NetGalley for it. So it's exciting that I now have a special edition of this book. I really hope that I love it now. It wasn't one that I like super duper excited about, but I'm still excited about it, especially because it's an author I know that I've enjoyed before. So this will be a good like second chance author for me. Back says, if you're reading this, send help. Oh, I'm really excited. I think this is horror. Like straight young adult horror, which I find interesting. Obviously it's gonna have some fantasticalness, and it's probably gonna be queer, as all of her books have been. Very interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay, don't be scared of the quiet, and the back says don't be scared of the dark. I'm really obsessed with the vibes. I think these are so pretty. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't at all remember what this book was supposed to be about, so it'll be okay. Wasn't expecting that. I don't know what to expect from this anymore, and I'm so excited to find out with you guys. Devin Green wakes in the middle of the night to find 2 men in her bedroom. No stranger to a fight, she calls her foster parents for help, but it soon becomes clear that this is a planned abduction. One everyone but Devin signed up for. She's shoved into a van and driven deep into the Idaho woods, where she's dropped off with a cohort of equally confused teens. Finally, 2 camp counselors inform them that they have all been enrolled in an experimental therapy program. If the campers can learn to change their self-destructive ways and survive a 50-day hike through the wilderness, they'll come out on the other side as better versions of themselves, or so the counselors say. Devin is immediately determined to escape. She's also determined to ignore Sheridan, the cruel-mouthed, lavender-hair bully who mocks every group exercise. But there's something strange about these woods. Inhuman faces appearing between the trees, visions of people who shouldn't be there flashing in the leaves. And when the campers wake up to find both counselors missing, therapy becomes the least of their problems. Stranded and left to fend for themselves, the teens quickly realize they'll have to trust each other if they want to survive. But what lies in the wood may not be as dangerous as what the campers are hiding from each other. And if the monsters have their way, no one will leave the woods alive. Atmospheric and sharp, What the Woods Took is a poignant story of transformation that explores the price of becoming someone or something new. I'm obsessed. I am so obsessed. Here's the thing. I knew I liked the author. I didn't think I was that excited for this book. I think because her covers are a little bit underwhelming. I think that they're pretty covers. They kind of all have the same feel and aesthetic to them, and I think they're fine. Seeing a book like this and then hearing what it's about, it just intrigues you that much more. Covers really do matter. I'm so excited about this. Wait. I actually want to get to that sooner rather than later, for sure. Truly, what a successful box. Calendar, useful. Desk mat, cute and useful. Pin banner, thank goodness. Ornament, really cute. I'm excited for hopefully next Christmas I can have a little like office tree, and then I can decorate it just super bookish. That's the dream, that's the idea. All useful things that I'm very excited to have in my collection. Thank you so much, owlcrate. Let's move on to fairyloot. I'm not sure which of the boxes Eliza was most excited for me to see. Let's take a look what we've got. Oh, boo. We're off to a bad start. So, the adult fantasy is The Courting of Bristol Keeps for December. Interesting that this isn't their romantic. Yeah, it's not that pretty. It's very like Mario Kingdom, you know? I'm not like opposed to this book entirely, but I talked about it in my last unboxing because we got same book but from Owlcrate. This is pretty though. This is really pretty. I am hesitant and nervous about the relationship in this book. It's adult debut, I think, and romantasy, and fans of this author have not given it the highest of praise that you would hope for, you know? I think that this art's very pretty though, but I'm incredibly hesitant about this one. I'm not sure if I'm excited for it, which is sad, you know? Oh well. You know, I have 2 copies now. I must read it at some point. Let me read to you what this is about in case you're unaware. Never make a deal with the Fae. After losing both their parents, Bristol Keats and her sister struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowskeep. When Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt she's never heard of, who promises to help, she discovers that everything she thought she knew about her family is a lie. Her father might even still be alive, kidnapped by terrifying creatures from another realm. Desperate to save her father, Bristol journeys to a land of gods, fae, and monsters. There, she makes a deadly bargain with the fae leader Taigen, but what she doesn't know is that he's the one who drove her parents to live a life on the run, and he is just as determined as she is to find her father, dead or alive. A heart-wrenching love story that spans worlds and decades. So yeah, that's it. There is a relationship between... You know how some people really enjoy the best friend's brother tropes in romance book? This is kind of like that, but it's dad's best friend. And that, you know, is weirder to me. She's cute. Definitely more cutesy than the Owlcrate edition, which was a bit more adult looking, a little bit more, you know, romantasy-ified. This looks like it could be young adult kids. So, you know, it's fine. It's so chunky. The chunkiness really is deterring me. Okay. A Love Most Divine. Romantasy for December. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Oh, interesting. This is so interesting. Okay, so this is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Ariu. I'm so sorry. The back says, I would turn the world of darkness for you. This is a different vibe. It's like so different from the original cover, which I am familiar with this book. I want to say Covers with Cassidy has read it and recommended it, and maybe a couple other romantasy girlies. So it's been on my radar. It's something that I have been interested in for sure. This is not the vibe that I expected from it. I do think that this is going to be a series, if it's not already. Okay, yeah, this is more the vibe. This looks more correct. That's the vibe, but this is really pretty. I really like this. This is so cool. So we've got, looks like a different version of Zodiac. Oh, it looks so cool. And then on the inside, what? Oh, so fun. I'm actually really excited for this. I understand now why Eliza was like, Sam, have you opened it? Have you opened it? Because I was telling her that this book was picked up to be traditionally published. Pretty... Oh my god, I'm in love. I'm very excited and happy to have this. It's been on my radar. I've wanted to read it for a while because Covers with Cassidy has recommended it. And so now I have my own edition of it, which is so exciting. And it's so pretty. Now let's together read what this is officially about. Oh gosh, the font is not great. Okay. You know the most dangerous kind of villain? A woman with nothing left to lose. In a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods, Alara has been cursed by the Fae. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both. When the star of wrath and war descends to hunt Alara, a neighboring kingdom sees the opportunity to take her from her home, the kingdom of night, the Helios, the kingdom of light, where she strides straight into the arms of the enemy prince. There, Alara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the tyrannical reign of the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the kingdom of light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past, and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins, and with it all, the undeniable star-crossed pole between them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. No, this one's good. This one I'm really excited for. Again, interesting cover, but now that I've read the premise, it makes sense to me. I think this is a gorgeous design. I'm so excited for this. This is probably the best book that I've gotten so far, and I'm so excited about what the woods took. But I was so excited. Like I said earlier, I was talking to Eliza and I was like, do you think Fairyloot's going to do a special edition for Heavenly Bodies, or do you think that I should buy this, like, special edition, first order, whatever, traditionally published version? She's like, no, hold off. I think they're going to do it. And they did. And it's so pretty. Truly, truly obsessed. Okay, now we can jump into the young adult fairyloot. There's a blanket. So this is a Daughter of the Moon Goddess blanket designed by @curry_Huang. Let's see. I hope that you can see that well. It's very soft, as usual, and very nicely designed. I think this is quite lovely. I love getting blankets. I can never go wrong with them. Okay, the next thing that I'm seeing is Language of Dragons headband. Okay, so I have a rather small head. I also have a clip in my hair, and I need to be able to see. So, is that right? Is that how you should be wearing this? I'm not fully sure. Moving on. Next up, we have The Night Ends with Fire foil bookmarks by @luxury_banshee. I love these bookmarks so much. They're some of my favorite things that have ever existed. These are so cool. What gorgeous designs. They're always so soft too, and so pretty. The foil is definitely like less foiled than previous ones. They look so cool. Oh, I love them. What a nice design. Stunning. I appreciate so much. I have not read The Night Ends with Fire, but I do believe I own it. Right there. So, I think that means that I should definitely read this so that I can enjoy these bookmarks and who these characters are. Okay, this is gotta go. Don't love the headband, gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I would use this for unless like maybe I needed a blindfold for something on stream. Like if I need to play Pin the Tail on the Donkey or something on stream, I could be ready. But other than a blindfold, I don't see myself using it very much. Okay, and the next thing I'm seeing is some journal stencils designed by @DuckyHeim. Yeah, so they're just classic little stencils, nothing crazy. I like the books because I feel like, you know, reading journals, that makes sense. These ones are cute. You've got a plumb bob, some mushrooms, some stars, flowers, butterflies, sword, key, quill. Very cool, like, fantasy stuff. I like the dragon and the plant, but I don't know how much use I'll really get out of it, but I do like them. I use stencils more so when annotating books than anything else. Fun fact. Next thing, is this another reading journal? Ah, spoiler card. Exciting. We'll get back to that. Whoa. Whoa. Look at the window. Cool. This looks like Fourth Wing. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So this is just a blank dotted journal, and I love that so much. Okay, let's see. We've got this journal designed by @by_Madeline Design. Interesting. It doesn't say that this is inspired by Fourth Wing. It just says that it's a journal to write quotes or bullet journal or whatever. It doesn't say it's inspired by Fourth Wing, but it definitely is giving vibes. Interesting. All right, the next thing to talk about is the tarot card. This month's tarot cards feature Vivian and Jumana as the Three of Planets card and Atlas as the Four Planets card. The cards are from A Language of Dragons. I see. I get it now. I understand. These characters are this month's book, I bet. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Wow. So here we have A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. So I think, if I'm correct, this is the book that I think it is. The original cover will be on screen so you guys will know. I think this is a book that I've been anticipating and thought that came out sooner than it did, therefore no audiobook. But now I have the book, which is exciting news for me. The back says, every fire starts with a single spark. Very pretty. I like this dragon. I like the way that the letters feel, how they pop up off the page. Alternate dust jacket. Very cute. Big dragon. Love dragons. Oh, cool! I love naked hardbacks. We know this. I've never loved anything more. So cool. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed? Okay. It's giving Chronicles of Narnia. Ooh. And it looks like, turn the page for an exclusive fairyloot content in an annotated chapter by the author. Cool. I'm rather excited about this. Ah! Wait, this is so exciting. I love dragon books. Yeah, I'm excited. Can you tell? Alright, let me read what this says. London, 1923. Dragons soar through the skies and protests erupt in the street, but Vivian Featherswallow isn't worried. She's going to follow the rules and get an internship studying dragon languages. By midnight, Viv has started a civil war. With her parents arrested and her little sister missing, all the safety Viv has worked for is collapsing around her. So, when a lifeline is offered in the form of a mysterious job, she grabs it. Arriving at Bletchley Park, Viv discovers that she has been recruited to uncover the secrets of a hidden dragon language. If she succeeds, she and her family can all go home again. If she doesn't, they all die. But the more Viv learns, the more she realizes that the bubble she's grown up in isn't as safe as she thought, and eventually she must decide, what war is she really fighting? Oh, so cool. I am very interested in this one. I think that out of the dragon books that I was looking forward to, obviously, like, Fourth Wing happened, and then the books following Fourth Wing have been more of a letdown than, you know, predecessors, and the hype around dragons have definitely like swayed the publishing to go certain ways. So I'm really hopeful for this one. I'm really nervous that it might let me down. Gosh, I really want to love this one so desperately. It's less than 500 pages, feels doable. Looks like there might be a little bit mixed media, maybe some letters or something in here, which is also very exciting. So I am excited for this one. Okay, great. I'm glad we're on the same page. I think my favorite thing would have to be the journal, of course. I don't see myself using the headband very often. The stencils, of course, are cool, and the foiled bookmarks are gorgeous, so I am happy to have those, especially after reading the book. I think I'll enjoy them more. And I do really like the blankets. They're not my favorite blankets in the world. They're very thin. More so like good throw blankets, just kind of toss on something or to have in your lap when you're filming a video. But they're not like best blankets ever. But I will never be upset with getting blankets or socks or candles. Those are like solid yeses. Last and not least, illumicrate. My goodness, my goodness. Okay, the first thing that I'm seeing is an exclusive mug, cut and carved, designed by Rosie Thorns 88. Who are these people? Okay, got a mug with 3 characters, nothing inside, pretty simple. The theme is Ride or Die. Honor the No Peak clan with our latest mug, featuring artwork designed by Jade City. I should have guessed. They don't look at all how I picture them looking, or at all how I've seen fan art of them. So, that's not entirely my bad for not seeing. But they look honestly much younger and nicer in this cup than the actual characters. And that's not a diss. They're just, you know, middle-aged characters going through stuff. Next thing, I've just got some, like, freeballing bookmarks. And it looks like these might be characters from the Raven Boys. Cabeswater Crew bookmarks. Artwork by at Merewild & Co. Band together to find the Raven King with our latest bookmark set featuring Blue and her Raven Boys from the Raven Cycle. Yes, I need to read these so bad. Like I said, it's in the books. It's going to happen very soon. I'm very excited. These are very nice, though. I'm very happy to have them. I don't know any of the characters except for Blue, obviously, but I look forward to getting to know each of them. The next thing that I see is in another embroidered bag. Pretty straightforward. The Heart of Time embroidered pouch, designed by at Just Elfit, and this is inspired by The Last Hour Between Worlds, which was last month's book pick for illumicrate. So I do like to see them like bringing back the recent books, be like, hey, have you read it? Here's the reminder. And the last thing in here is a large desk calendar. As I had mentioned earlier, we got one of these from illumicrate before, just like this, and I don't love how bad they are at sitting, so they're kind of annoying for that purpose, but nice and big. I did prefer the wall calendar. It's fine. So here we have the 2025 calendar, artwork by at Whole Art, and so each month will have character design and then the book and a quote, which I think is fine. I think it's fair. I don't have issues with these. I just, you know, they don't sit as well. But it is nice. Ride or Die desk calendar, designed by at Chatty Nora, and then the art is by at Whole Art. So, interesting. It's not bad. And then we have the book, which I've not heard of before. So this is Humanjang Luck. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. By Makana Yamamoto. Very holographic, which is fun. The back says 8 misfits, 2 exits, and 1 last heist. Oh, no. I don't like heists. Heist books have not worked out for me this year. I'm nervous about that. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. No. Reverse dust jacket. And then the book itself. Very sci-fi, if you will. It's got, you know, heist stuff. 1 trillion credits, split 8 ways. Performance, precision, perfection, metabolic. This book doesn't even smell good. Well, you know, it's signed. Heist books just aren't really my thing. It feels like it could be a Squid Games type of situation where it's like contestants go in, they've got a specialty, there's trials or something. It just has like a video game feel. Grifter, thief, acrobat, hitter, hacker, runner, mastermind. Interesting. Only 22 pages, or 22 chapters. 22 chapters feel like potentially long chapters. I don't know. Am I crazy for that? Am I making up excuses to not have to read this? Maybe. I don't know. I'm so nervous about it. Alright. Let's see what this heist book is all about. Eddie is done with crime. 8 years behind bars changes a person. Costs them too much time with too many of the people who need them most. And it's all Angel's fault. She sold Eddie out in what should have been the greatest moment of their lives. Instead, Eddie was shipped off to the icy prison planet, spinning far below the soaring sky bridges and neon catacombs of Kelper Space Station, of home. to spend the best part of a decade alone. But then a chance for early parole appears out of nowhere, and Eddie steps into the pallid sunlight to find none other than Angel waiting, and she has an offer. One last job, one last deal, one last target. A trillionaire tech god they failed to bring down last time. There's just one thing Eddie needs to do. Trust Angel again, which also happens to be the last thing Eddie wants to do. What could possibly go all hamajang about this plan? Ocean 8 meets Blade Runner in this trailblazing debut science fiction novel and swashbuckling love letter to Hawaii about being forced to find a new home and striving to find a better one. Unmissable for fans of Gideon the Ninth and Six of Crows. Interesting. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, heist movies, like, I've seen Ocean's 8, I think. Heist movies are more enjoyable in my mind because I can see the action happening and it's like fun seeing how things go and the tension is different. Heist books that I've read recently have not really been hitting and it's making me sad, which makes me so nervous because I'm like one of the last people to read Six of Crows, and what if I hate it? I don't know. Maybe it'd be fun to read Six of Crows and Gideon the Ninth and then read this, like, in a vlog, like, all three together, and then I can really compare and contrast and be like, do I like heists? Do I like space? Because sci-fi is not also one of my, like, top genres, and always makes me a little bit more hesitant and worried. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. It's very pretty. It's very shiny, which I do like. Nervous. Okay. Out of the 4 things we get from illumicrate, most expensive box, least amount of items, least amount of art compared to the other 2 boxes, lacking. I do think that the bookmarks are my favorite. I think that these are, of course, the most stunning. I really love character bookmarks. I really love seeing characters. I think it's fun. The mug is also nice. I'm less of a Jade City fan than my friends. We read it for a book club last 2 years ago. Crazy time flies. And everybody else loved it, so I do recommend Jade City, but it didn't really work for me super well. So having like a mug of it is nice and cool, but it's not like, yes! That is the things. Those are all the things. Those are all the boxes, all the subscriptions, everything that I got for the month of December. I'm looking forward to January because I know we'll have an Evernight, which is going to be put to the test by me if I'm going to keep Evernight for another year or not. It's a quarterly horror subscription from illumicrate, but also owlcrate at some point in the year, I'm not exactly sure when, they're doing their quarterlies as well. Owlcrate will have sci-fi, romance, horror, and romantasy. I signed up for the romantasy and the horror, so we will see how those turn out as well. I'm not sure when in the quarter we'll be getting those, but I look forward to the things that are going to happen. I look forward to deciding if any of these are worth keeping for the year or not. I'm a little hesitant about some of them. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you have an interest in any of these. I think these 2 would have to be my 2 favorite picks of the batch, and they're both fairyloot, so that's a good sign for fairyloot. I would say my 3rd would be What the Woods Took, especially with how small it is. I do also love seeing, like, YA, potentially fantasy horror in book subscription boxes, just because that's my favorite personally. So I look forward to seeing what this has to offer as well. I would say these 3 are the favorites of the month. They're all beautiful, they're all stunning, and they sound incredible. So I look forward to seeing what all of these have to offer in the new year, in 2025. Isn't that crazy? Let me know what you're most interested in. Let me know if there's any specific books that you want to see read in vlogs, or if you just want to know a little bit more about. I would love to help you out in any way that I can. But with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, a mushroom emoji down in the comments below for cute little mushroom kingdom. It doesn't fit the vibe at all from what I'm picturing, but hey, it's cutesy, and I won't complain with cutesy, I guess. So leave that down in the comments. Let me know if you're interested in any of these books, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Goodbye!